I'm here today in Jerusalem with Avner Rom, the very talented filmmaker and thinker. Now, Avner, we were talking a bit about the situation in South Africa.
Yes.
There are two or more characters. Let's call them Malema, Zuma, and there's another guy in Kosi, Zuma or someone.
Yes.
But these people appear to me very dangerous, and there seem to be more and more fundamental and radical people in the government or wanting to be in the government.
Yes.
What do you think about the current situation, about Julius Malema? Is he a clever man or is he insane?
Well, yes, I mean, there are clever people who are clever in inciting genocide, inciting hate, inciting robbery, inciting everything which is bad and barbaric and everything. And the thing is that unfortunately it is not politically correct to take the appropriate action against them.
Now I'll tell you that I've seen Malema in many interviews. To me he seems to be a clever person, but he seems to me a dangerous person. I know he's very good in interviews. One person who did very well against him was Deborah Patter. I saw him give another interview where he completely turned the interview on the guy.
Yes.
Look, Malema's very clever because he goes to talk in England and he tells them about the white oppression in South Africa, and it seems to me that he's simply trying to prepare them in England or wherever for when he does what he wants to do. What do you think about that?
Unfortunately, the British government allows him to set his dirty foot on Britain, and
yes.
that is wrong. That is a crime.
That is a crime.
He incites genocide.
Yes.
He shouldn't be allowed to set his dirty feet on British soil.
Certainly not. Now the thing about Malema is he's actually a liar. For instance, I've watched him give an interview where he says, oh, the white people are so afraid that he wants to commit genocide because they brought violence to South Africa. And he said there was no history of violence before the whites arrived. That is obviously a complete fabrication. The
yes.
tribes, the tribal warfare was not peaceful.
Yes, that's right.
When they would kill the men and take the women,
yes.
it was not peaceful.
That's true, but that is not written anywhere. It is known, yes, but the thing is there was no history before whites came. So you see, they now say it wasn't true that only whites were violent, and in fact the whites bought the land and paid for the land, and it is unlike the settlers in the United States and elsewhere.
But look, sometimes an oral history is a very good history.
Yes.
So you can't say that there was no tribal warfare just because it's not written down.
Yes. Everybody knows, everybody who is interested in knowing knows that there was tribal warfare.
In the same way that African music is very good, and that was
yes.
also not really written down, it was simply remembered.
Yes, that's true.
So you see, Malema appears to be a very dangerous man. What do you think about that?
Yes, that's true. But not less dangerous are those who don't think for themselves, who allow Malema to set his dirty feet on British soil instead of saying, hey, no, you are not supposed to be here, you're our enemies, the enemies of humanity, or at least the enemies of any European race or European nation or anything. You should be out of Britain.
Yeah, and certainly the president of South Africa is not much better.
Yes.
Because he also sang the song about killing the farmers.
That's true. And so such songs are incitement for genocide. In other words, they are war crimes. And the thing is, of course, like in everything else, Trump promised to do good things in the world, and instead he does bad things in the world, just like his predecessors.
Yes, and tell me, when you think Malema says to kill all the whites, do you think he's talking about white cows, maybe?
No, he talks about white people, maybe about white cows, but I don't think so. I mean, people like him hate all cows, irrespective, all black people as well, unless they are the same people like them.
Well, I know he believes in ritual slaughter of the cows. Are you not worried that he'll say that he's only talking about slaughtering the cows, the white cows, the white goats and the white sheep?
No, it doesn't go like that. If you say, if God forbid somebody says kill the whites, it
doesn't mean the white cows.
Yes, it means white people, and that means he's a war criminal, he's a genocidal person, he's bad person, and he shouldn't be allowed to visit other countries.
And it's not so surprising to me to see what's going on there now, because yes. I see the demonstrations against the Zuma guy. This guy Malema is getting quite a lot of support. The other radicals like Malema, Zuma is terrible, but he's probably not as bad as some of these radicals out there. The fact that Zuma called for genocide, America, conveniently forgets about that.
Yes.
What do you think about these thoughts of mine, Avner?
Yes. So again, unfortunately, there were elections in the United States. By the way, in order to vote in the United States, one has to pay money to register to vote, and people registered to vote and were deceived. Trump, like Obama, like Bush, they said one thing and they did the opposite once they became presidents.
Yes, I see. Are you happy Obama's gone? Not because he's a Democrat, but just because he's a fool.
Yes, because he's like Idi Amin, like Malema, like Zuma, like Zumbi, sorry. You see, Zuma, Zumbi, the prick. Prick in Arabic is Zumbi.
Yes, now that's very interesting that you say that.
Yes.
Because I want to say that in America, I don't have anything against Americans. In fact, some of my best friends are Americans. I know that's a cliched way of talking. Many people who actually don't like other people, they always say some of my best friends are these people.
Yes, but what can you do? That is a fact.
In any case, some of my best friends are Americans, but I find that the people in America are not as intelligent as the people in Israel. Really, I feel that. I really think, for instance, the top guys, like maybe Ben Shapiro, he's maybe one of the top guys in America, and the people here are just so much more clever than Ben Shapiro. I'm telling you, even like, okay, not the average guy, but a little above average, and you're more intelligent than Ben Shapiro.
All right, maybe Ben Shapiro. Who is he actually? But okay,
he's a guy. Look, he's a guy. He's like a radio, or he's got a radio show or an internet radio show. But I'm telling you, this is something, and I really believe this is the case. In Israel, I've noticed since I've been here, I've become more intelligent, just because I'm in Israel.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm intelligent because I was born in Israel. I mean, I try to be intelligent, but I don't think it has to do with things like being in Israel. But I agree that in the United States, I don't know, some people have the problem of being part of some flocks instead of thinking for themselves, even though me too, some of my best friends are Americans, such as Mark Cunningham. Yes, he's one of my best friends.
Who is that up now?
He wrote the song about the white genocide in South Africa.
Oh, I heard that song actually.
Yes, God in heaven, stop the whites, the genocide.
It's actually quite a good song.
Yes.
It's quite a good song, you know, and I tell you, people who want to stop white genocide, they're not racists, you know.
Yes, of course
I'll
not.
tell you the problem.
People who don't want to stop white genocide, they are the racists.
You see, I'll tell you the problem in the world, and this is also one of the reasons that Europe is under big threat now of terrorists.
Yes, because they are racist.
They are racist, and
in Europe, because they bring in refugees to kill the locals, or to rape the locals, or to steal and rob the locals.
You see, a big backlash to this whole left-wing mentality is that now Europe is very vulnerable to terrorism, and unfortunately Africa is very vulnerable and to black genocidal maniacs.
Yes.
And the world is doing nothing to stop them. What did they do against Mugabe there in Zimbabwe? Not much.
Yes.